guys, welcome to chapter 5, Exploratory Research Secondary Data, part 2. In our previous video, we have discussed about the classification of secondary data, where secondary data was classified under internal source and external source. And we also have classified internal source to ready to use data and data which require further processing. In today's video, we will be discussing on the external data classification or the source of external data, which includes published materials, computerized databases, and syndicated services. So let's discuss about the first part, which is published materials. Now, published materials, this includes data which are given by the state or by the local government, or even by, say, non-profit organizations, something like chambers of commerce, trade association, professional organization, any commercial publisher, investment banker or brokerage firms, or any other professional marketing research firms. Now, published external sources or published materials can be broadly classified under the two broad heads. Now, the two broad heads are general business sources and government sources. Now, general business sources can be further classified under 4 different heads. Now, let's discuss about this. Now, business publishes a lot of information in the form of books, periodicals, journal, newspaper, magazine, industrial reports, trade literature, etc. Now, this all can be under the 4 heads which has been given: guides, directories, indexes, etc. Now, what are guides? Guides are as an excellent source of a standard for recurring information to the researcher. A guide may help identify important sources of directories, trade association, or trade publication. I'll give you some examples. Examples like American Marketing Association Bibliography Series or Encyclopedia of Business Information Sources can be part of guides. What are directories? Directories are helpful for identifying individual or organization who are looking forward for specific data. So in order to get this particular specific data, so some of the examples can be the directory of marketing research reports and studies and surveys which cater only to specific departments, in the sense, directories in the sense, it talks about maybe from retailing point of view, from psychology point of view, from behavioral point of view, from advertising point of view. So specific informations are given. Indexes, it is possible to locate information on a particular topic in a several different publication by using an index. So these are broadly the classification of general business sources. Now let's talk about the government sources. Now, government sources can be further classified into 2 heads. I'm talking from the point of view of published secondary data, which can be census data, which government provides information via their website, and other government publication report. Now, other government publication report might include the sectoral report, the labor report, the GDP growth report, employment report, inflation report. These are few of the examples. So I hope you have understood the first basic part of published secondary data. Let's move on to the next classification, which is computerized databases. Now, computerized databases, as the word says, that it consists of information that has been made available in computer readable form for electronic distribution. Now, recently, the number of databases as well as the vendors providing this service has grown up phenomenally. This particular area has grown to such an extent that this computerized databases is nowadays one of the major prime source of getting data to the researcher. Now, computerized databases can be also classified, say, under 3 heads: online database, internet database, and offline database. Now, online databases are databases stored in computers which require a telecommunication network to access, which we are aware of. Internet databases can be accessed, searched, and analyzed on an internet. It is also possible to download data from the internet and store it in the computer on any auxiliary storage device. Third comes offline database. The offline database are databases which are available in disk or CD-ROM. Now, the offline databases can be accessed at the user location only, without the use of any external telecommunication network. Now, before we move on to our discussion further, we also require to understand one very important thing, that the kind of web browsing behavior which we have, how companies or how a particular company who has a particular website or a researcher who is doing certain form of analytics with reference to web browsing, how they are finding out. Now this is being tracked. This is what is said to be tracking of information of a consumer who is going to a particular website, going to that particular landing page or navigating through that particular website. They normally track information. Now tracking of this particular information is based on 4 different parameters. First is cookie based tracking. Now this is where when I go to a particular website, I go to the landing page, and thereafter I am navigating through other pages in that particular website. Whatever navigation behavior which I have shown is saved in the cache memory, and thereby the company gets the information of my web browsing behavior. The second most important thing is pixel based tracking. Now pixel based tracking, one of the most famous pixel based tracking is being done by Facebook Pixel. What they do, pixel is a particular word we might have came across when we talk about a product, a camera. Now camera, we talk about the pixel size. Here pixel refers to the same meaning. When you move into a particular page or when you navigate, it is the pixel which captures that particular information of the web browsing behavior of that particular customer. Third is a server based tracking, where the company has created a server, and when you move on with the navigation in a particular website, that server keeps tracking information about the kind of web surfing which you have. Last comes is universal analysis, where it means that there are certain third parties who also provide certain analysis. Particular search engine, when we look forward to search certain information, this search engine provides certain information about their web browsing behavior of a particular consumer. Now one of the most important universal analytic, if we are talking about, will be Google Analytics. Now in Google Analytics, I'll just give you an example. Let's take this particular example into consideration. You can find that Google Analytics provide a certain amount of information with reference to a particular website. Now we can find the users, new users. So user means to say the number of people who have gone to that particular website or have seen that particular website. New users refer to all those customers who are new to this particular website. So thereafter we got session, the number of times the people are there in that particular website, and we got a page view. Now you can find there's a difference between session and page view. Now it might happen the same person came twice, thrice to the same particular website. So that particular information of entering into that particular website by the same customer more than one will be recorded in page view. So if I divide page view divided by session, I'm going to get the number of sessions per user. 1.18 means to say, it's more than one, means to say the same person might have come second time and have checked that particular page. If you go down, you will say something like a bounce rate. Bounce rate refers to when people enters that particular website, but within few seconds they hit the back button and move out of that particular website because of there might be various reasons. We are not here to discuss about the reasons why bounce rate is high, but the thing is that these are the information, secondary information via computerized databases which we can gather with reference to Google Analytics. So I hope you have understood this particular concept. Now, computerized databases also can be classified under various heads. Not only the computerized databases, it can be online, internet or offline can be classified. These are not so important. You only required to understand that computerized databases can be online, internet or offline, but it can be further classified. Now what is bibliography database? Database composed of citation to articles in journals, magazine, newspaper, marketing research studies, technical reports, government documents. Now, they often provide summarized or abstract of the material cited. Now, if you go to, say for example, if you download a research file, say for example, I'm looking forward for a research paper in the website. I know my research problem, and I got a very identical, similar kind of a research paper which talks about exactly the kind of research problem which I am thinking about. So I've downloaded that particular paper. So once I've downloaded that particular paper, I will get an abstract, a summary of the entire research that researcher has done. I might even go through that particular paper. But if I go down in the bibliography part or the referencing part, where that particular author might have cited many number of literatures. Now those literatures are also essential for me also. It is absolutely important that I also go through those literature, because the research problem is more or less identical with my research problem and the research problem highlighted in that particular paper. So bibliography databases are very important and highly used. The next most used database is said to be a numeric database. The numeric database contains numerical and statistical information that may be important source of secondary data. So we can say, for example, if I want to know about the price of a particular, say for example, ITC's share price in the last 10 years, I can go to National Stock Exchange website and can download the entire closing price, opening price and closing price of that particular share for the last 10 years. So this kind of information is said to be numeric databases. So the next comes is full text databases. Now this database contains the complete text of secondary sources document comprising the database. Next comes is directory database. Directory database provide information on individual organization and services. And a special purpose database are basically, this contains information of a specific nature which is related to maybe a very specialized organization. So computer database, this is the major classification which can be classified under online, offline and internet databases, which can be further classified under bibliographic, numeric, full text, directory and special purpose databases. So let's move on to the next part of our discussion, which is syndicate services. Now syndicate services, now what it means. Information services offered by a marketing research organization that provide information from a common database to different firms and subscriber to these services. What it means? Now, in addition to published data or data available in the form of computerized database, which we have discussed, syndicate services constitute the other major source of external secondary data. This is one of the most important. Syndicate services, also referred as syndicate sources, are companies that collect and sell common pool of data for certain commercial value, designed to serve information needed, shared to a number of clients. Now these data can be collected for a specific purpose, or else it can be collected, the data or the reports to be supplied to clients, companies, can be personalized in nature. I just give you an example. The sales of my product, one of my product in a particular location, say in North Zone, is going down. So I can go to certain syndicate services, this particular outsourced companies. It can be KPMG, Deloitte, it can be PwC, who do such kind of research and can look forward to what are the reason behind for the sales going down of that particular product only in North Zone. Now, syndicate services can also be classified. Syndicate sources can be classified based on the unit of measurement, household, consumer or institution. Household or consumer data may be obtained from survey, purchase and media panels or even electronic scanner services. Information obtained through survey consists of values and lifestyle, advertising, evaluation, or maybe general information related to preference, purchase, consumption, or any other thing, any other form of behavior. Panels emphasizes information on purchase or media consumption. Electronic scanner devices might provide scanner data only. The scanner data linked to panels or scanner data linked to panels, cables, television, etc. So from here we normally collect information relating to data which we require by the syndicate service providers for framing the research. Therefore, we finally have done the entire part of our discussion with reference to the source of secondary data. So secondary data, to summarize, is classified under two broad heads. One is internal source and external source. Internal sources were classified under two broad heads. One was ready to use and require further processing. Ready to use are those data which are already available in the organization. Require further processing data which you require, in the sense I'm talking from the point of database marketing, if you remember, where we said that those data require to be processed and to be put in microcomputers to get certain interpretation. Where we talked about demographic data and psychographic data, we occasionally provide certain amount of information and data to the companies or to the retailers, which requires further processing. So these are part of internal source. External sources data can be classified under three broad heads. One was published material, computerized databases, and syndicate services. We said about syndicate services where it is basically a third party who are doing the research from the point of view of a commercial interest. We talked about computerized databases where we classified it under three broad heads: online, offline, and internet databases, and thereafter further classification we discussed. And we also mentioned about published materials where we talked about guides, directories, and indexes from where the data can be sourced. So secondary data can be from two types, internal and external, which is the part which we have discussed in this video as well as in the previous video. In our next video, we are going to move on with exploratory research, qualitative research. So this will be then the next part in our next video. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.